Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ben Barredo, the real estate pro with Keller Williams Realty, and I'm coming at you with the new monthly market report for Knoxville, Tennessee, May 2019. And we're going to start with the news. Survey that I'm going to share with you came out from the Wall Street Journal, and that survey of economists claiming that there was going to be a recession. The majority of economists felt either by the end of this year, 2019, or in 2020. Then it was followed up by 3 other major surveys, all saying just about the same thing. And when we combine those 4 surveys, as you can see, 22% of those surveyed, again, these are economists and market analysts, thought a recession would occur in 2019, with an additional 46% thinking that it was going to occur in 2020, for a total of more than 2 out of 3 economists that thought within the next 18 months our country was going to be in another major recession. I also want to understand that the American public, they're reading these surveys, okay, and 12% of shoppers, active shoppers that are out there right now buying a home, according to Realtor.com, believe we will have a recession sometime this year, with an additional 30% thinking it will be in 2020. The biggest year on that survey was 2020, so that's 42% of Americans in the public shopping for a house right as we speak who believe there's going to be a recession going forward within the next 18 months. Now, the last thing I want to do right now is review all this information and then get you all worried that another recession in 2008 is coming. But right now, what I want you to understand is nearly 70% of home shoppers this spring think that the U.S. will enter a recession in the next 3 years. But they're out there buying houses, so it hasn't stopped them. So meaning that even though people do agree with the economists and the market analysts that a recession is coming, it's not stopping them from going ahead and purchasing a home. So here's the thing. I want to let you know that because the economy is better than people anticipated it being, and as a matter of fact, during this recording, the unemployment rate has dropped 3.6% and wages are up 3.2%. And because of those things, people are starting to back off, saying, well, maybe a recession isn't that close. Here are a couple of examples of prominent economists and analysts that are thinking that way. First, we got Anthony Chan, he's the chief economist at JP Morgan Chase. And he said, I feel really comfortable that the economy is slowing down this year, but not going into a recession. It doesn't look to me like the odds of a recession in 2020 are there. He's pulling back a little bit of what he thought was on the near horizon, right? Let me hit the numbers for Knoxville real quick, because we're kind of our own little bubble, right? And this part can be a little boring, but it's relevant. The average sales price for our market is about $258,000, with homes selling in roughly 48 days. The sales price is up a few $1,000s from this time last year, and average days on the market are a little bit longer by a couple of days, but it's not really that huge of a change. The sweet spot for home sales is between $100,000 and $200,000, with homes in this price range selling faster really than they can be listed. Homes above $250,000 are still selling, but they're taking just a little bit longer on the market to get there, and that's because above that price range you have a smaller niche of buyers that can qualify for loans like that. The best part for sellers and realtors is that homes are selling consistently at over 97% of list price. And what this means for you is that if you listed a home for $100,000, it's most definitely going to sell for $97,000, give or take some factors, and still we're seeing a bit of a downturn in some areas though. Last month we had 1,513 active listings, which is 8.9% less than this time last year. New listings were down by 5% and only 1,020 new listings. And though the number of homes that went under contract went up 2% from last year, the actual number of closings went down 3%. So what this tells us is that though it's a seller's market, there are many homeowners that are waiting for the right time to sell. And what that time is, I don't know. Because forecasts for the market is higher mortgage rates, possibly up to 5% by the end of the year, which means fewer buyers and fewer closings over time. And with an overall 10% increase in home values year over year, it's going to be harder for home buyers and new home buyers to even qualify for a mortgage, since wages aren't keeping up with home values. So the bottom line there is, if you're thinking of selling, now is the time. Now is the time to start talking to a professional. So that's really it there. The biggest takeaway for this month is that we don't need to prepare for another 2008. Things are fine, and they have been for a long time. And though the market is taking a bit of a dip in activity due to low inventory, making it harder for buyers to get into homes, overall the housing market is strong. And it seems that it'll continue on that path. So I hope you enjoyed this month's market report. I'm Ben, the real estate pro, and I'm powered by Keller Williams Realty, and I'll be seeing you around Knoxville. Have a good one.